welcome back to my channel. Last week on my TikTok live, we got to talking about YouTube and I asked y'all what you wanted to see on this channel, and someone suggested a behind the scenes kind of day in the life of a Reiki Master slash how I use Reiki in my business and my day-to-day life. So that is what I'm going to take you through today. Before we get started with the week, I am actually going to energetically cleanse my wedding ring. This is something I haven't done for a while, but maybe you can see on the camera, I've gotten this like wedding ring rash, which apparently is very common. It can have something to do with like buildup of bacteria and product that gets stuck onto your wedding ring and then like irritates the skin. But I have done all of the tricks on the Google and none of them seem to make it go away, and I'm tired of dealing with it. So we're gonna try to energetically cleanse the ring today. I'm hoping that will work. I don't know. I know for myself, if I wear like crystal jewelry that I haven't cleansed in a while, I get kind of like the rashy feeling, but I usually take it off before it becomes like an actual rash. So, I mean, it can't hurt, right? I should probably be doing this more often anyway. So. I'm very sensitive to smells, so I can't ever go through like a whole incense stick in like one sitting. So I tend to just like snuff them out after a few minutes. I'm just going to pass the ring through it. And while I'm doing this, I'm just visualizing any negative energy, anything that might be stuck on the ring, in the ring, just to move out with the smoke. Then I'm going to charge it up with Reiki. One of the best parts about learning how to do Reiki for yourself is once you know how to do it for yourself, it's the same technique to do it for literally anything. Your jewelry, your water, your food, your plants, your crystals, your animals, whatever. And so a lot of Reiki Master teachers won't teach you how to do Reiki for other things, but it's definitely a big priority in my training because I think it helps you integrate Reiki into your daily life more. So I'm just going to place it between my hands and start sending Reiki energy. And the benefit of this is you can sort of imprint your intention into the ring. So my intention obviously aligns with the intention behind a wedding ring, right? Companionship, partnership, love. But also imprinting this mental energy of like, if there's any irritants that might be present on this ring, whether that's irritants of my skin or irritants of my relationship, may it be asked to leave and repelled from coming back. So after like 2 minutes, we're gonna put it on and hope that takes care of the rash. I don't know. I don't know if I'm hopeful for this or not, but it's good to do anyway. Every time I put a piece of jewelry on, I always infuse it with Reiki energy for whatever my intention is for wearing that jewelry. So this necklace I always wear when I am promoting Reiki training, just because I feel like I've enchanted it with the intention behind the training. So my connection to Reiki, my connection to like my own authenticity, and my connection to my students and the power behind this practice. So I'm going to re-up that intention with a little Reiki now. I think it's really important, especially if you're wearing crystal jewelry, to set an intention for it before you put it on. The way I describe it is it's kind of like driving a car with your crystals in the passenger seat, right? If you want them to help you navigate, as in if you want their support getting where you'd like to go throughout your day or throughout your life, they need to know the direction that you're headed in, right? If you got in a car with a friend who is navigating and you were like, which way do I go? They would be like, I don't know, where are you going? But if you were like, hey, we're going to the movies, they'd be like, oh, there's a shortcut, turn right. And crystals are kind of the same way. When you align your intention with their energy, then you can work together to support your common goal. And then since I will be channeling today, I'm going to put on my smoky quartz earrings. Smoky quartz is really good for staying grounded, staying centered, staying connected to self, especially if you're doing something like channeling or working with a lot of energy. It can be really easy to kind of like get all like up in the clouds. And so smoky quartz is really just nice and grounding for that. It doesn't take very long either to do this. I would say like the most I've ever spent is maybe like 2 minutes. If I'm like really working towards a goal, like I'm manifesting something big, then I will just hold the jewelry while I'm like visualizing that manifestation or stating affirmations or whatever, or meditating. But yeah, I mean, these have been programmed pretty thoroughly, so they don't really need a lot of, oh my God, there we go. Did I put it in the wrong hole? I put it in the wrong hole. That's what she said. Ew. Anyways, yeah, because they've been programmed really thoroughly, it doesn't take long for them to kind of get back on board. Oh God. Hello, my friends. Happy Monday. This was requested by my friends on Friday's Live to do some crystal readings. We're gonna kick it off with 3 free readings. It is Tuesday morning. I have been up since 5:45 a.m. because the dog decided he needed to throw up at that time. But it actually worked out really good because when I was falling asleep last night, I had like 100 pages left in the book that I was reading. And this is like the first novel that I think I've read in the last like 4 or 5 years. And it was like the climax of the story. And I was so happy to be up early because I knew I could finish my book in that time. In case you're interested, it was called Redemption Prep by Samuel Miller. I have no context on what makes a novel good or not, but all I'll say is this was like just over 400 pages and I read it in 4 days, which normally 300 pages takes me like an entire month to read. I could not put this down. I couldn't put it down. I was so excited to wake up and finish reading it. The ending was a little, I don't know. I wish there was like maybe 100 more pages to give some more closure, but I did not see the twist at the end coming. I could not put the book down. It was very exhilarating. It was very exciting. It made me want to read novels again. So if you have any recommendations for good books that are going to keep me on the edge of my seat, please let me know. Today is Tuesday, and Tuesdays are my client days. So I have a pretty stacked calendar this morning with crystal readings and Reiki sessions. So I figured I would take you through kind of how I prepare for that, what I do behind the scenes to prepare me, to prepare my space, to kind of get in the zone for that. Let's do a wedding ring rash update. It looks much worse today, but it feels so much better. Like there's definitely dry skin under there, but it doesn't feel itchy or inflamed like it was, and it's not as red as it was. So I'm gonna take that as a win. I'm gonna continue cleansing this every morning and doing Reiki on it and seeing if that makes it go away. And then I do a meditation with each of these crystals, not each of them individually, but I work with satin spar and black tourmaline. That helps ground and protect my energy, especially if I'm doing sessions and working with other people's energy. I want to make sure that as a vessel, I am like super, super clear and connected to my own energy so that I can separate what's mine and what is yours when we're in a session. And then I use usually clear quartz with the satin spar to help raise my frequency. But this is a Lemurian citrine, natural citrine, and then this is green apophyllite. So I will usually reach for one of these and do a channeling session for myself just to get any information about the day, anything I need to know from spirit. Oh, let's get started. all of my sessions, I cleanse and charge my crystals. The incense is making my nose itchy, so I'm gonna do a Reiki cleanse on them instead. When you're doing Reiki on your crystals, you don't have to like take them out individually. You can do them as a grouping, which is another reason why I love it, because if I had to do each of these crystals individually, I mean, between each session, it would just be impossible. Hi, I am drinking a vanilla Coke for the first time in like 12 years. And it's incredible. I will tell you, I've avoided it because they don't make a caffeine-free version, and caffeine really affects me, if you can't tell from the cadence of my voice already. Just finished all of my morning sessions, all my one-on-ones, so I am about to jump into a monotasking sprint, which is something that has really, really helped me stay consistent with my practice, stay motivated and focused in my business, and really, really helped me when I was transitioning from my 9-to-5 into my business so that I could stay sane and get everything done. It's basically like a virtual co-working space. Their mission is all about like doing one thing at a time and approaching productivity through a lens of mindfulness and dismantling hustle culture and burnout culture, and like, I am all about that. So I try to book into my calendar at least one monotasking sprint a day, where we basically get on Zoom together, we all state an intention of what we're gonna do for the hour, and then we go on mute, and at the end we have a quick little checkout. It's a really nice way to just feel connected to a community. I felt really, really lonely when I first started working from home, and living with ADHD makes it very difficult to get things done sometimes. So I tend to prioritize tasks that are things that feel overwhelming, or things that I've just been putting off and putting off and putting off. So for this sprint, I am actually gonna do a yoga practice. Which I know you're like, Molly, what does that have to do with work? It has everything to do with work, because my body has just been screaming for me to get on my mat and work out some tension and to just be present for my body. And so I'm gonna do that during this sprint. Highly recommend it. I will leave some information about Spacetime down below if you wanna check them out. You can join your first sprint for free, and then if you want to sign up for a membership, I do have an affiliate code with them. That'll save you some cash money, but it's truly, truly been a lifesaver for me. I think if you work from home, something like this can totally change your productivity. And it's just been the best. The community is really cool. I highly recommend.
Go ahead and rub our hands together to create some energy for this room. We will begin in 3, 2, 1. Have a great sprint, everyone.
It's Wednesday. I'm exhausted today. I'm just like, I feel totally wiped. It's been like really gray and like rainy for the last 3 days, so I think the weather's just like hitting me. My phone has not been working since Monday. It works on Wi-Fi, so I can like get on TikTok and Instagram and like check my email and all the things I need to do in my business, but it won't make phone calls or texts. So, you know, the things you want a phone to do. So I have to go to Verizon and sort that out today because it's just so frustrating. I figured, you know, since my phone is acting all kinds of ways, I figured it would be a good time to cleanse it. If you've never cleansed the energy of your phone or your social media presence or your online presence, I highly recommend doing this on a regular basis. I don't do it nearly enough, but when I do it, I notice a huge difference. I've noticed today, like, I barely did my morning routine. I got sucked into a scroll hole like very, very early on because I had an email, and then I was like, I wanted to check that email, and then I was like, well, I might as well check my DMs, and then it just kind of devolved into scrolling for the last like 2 hours. And every time I get into that state, and I feel like really attached to scrolling or attached to my social media or really drained by my social media, that's when I know it's time to cleanse. The best way I can explain this is I hold the phone between my hands and I channel Reiki just like I would do for myself or someone else. I am a visual person when I do this, but if you're not visual, that's okay. You can just set the intention. So I visualize Reiki energy flowing into all of the like physical mechanisms of my phone. So all the different parts of it, the volume button, the charging port, the speakers, the microphones, all of the chips and computers and whatever the hell's inside this box. And I just visualize that energy filling it up, and anything that is not supporting me, anyone else's energy just flows out through the charging port into the earth. Okay, and then I visualize like all the different apps and Reiki energy sort of like swirling around my home screen, almost like sweeping it out, sweeping up any dust, any debris, anyone else's energy. Just sweep it up out the charging port. And then I see each of my social media profiles and I kind of visualize the profile itself or my profile picture, and I send Reiki energy to my page, asking that it call in the people who are meant to find me and to sort of block or, you know, put a barrier between anyone who is not meant to find me or anyone who's not supportive of my content or is not going to find my content helpful. May Reiki sort of help sift through whoever will find me. And then once it feels done, I tend to just kind of like wipe it off, anything excess. And that's it. It looks significantly better. Like there's definitely an indent still, but that's also because my ring is, you know, it fits my finger. But it's not rashy, it's not irritated, it's not as red. Cleanse your wedding ring. Hi friends, how are you? Happy Wednesday. If you're new here, we're gonna do a little bit of Reiki. Hi Lauren. Thank you so much for watching, friend. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the button down below and let me know if you like this behind the scenes, day in the life, how I use Reiki every day style of vlog, and I'll make some more of them for you. Bye!